Hello, Kaiju Nerds! Katyvern here, and today I am going to review the 2005 Bandai America Spacegodzilla. Yep, this is Spacegodzilla, and yes, I have made it home. So, yeah, let's get the recording of this, let's get to reviewing this guy, shall we? This is going to go by probably go by a little quicker than usual. And yes, I do apologize for the dimmer light. Now let's get a look at this guy. Tail, nice. Let's get a good look at the sculpt. That's an important thing. As you can tell, the crystals are very nicely done, well, with the exception to a slight dent, because I have a slight feeling that this guy was meant to have like a swivel at the waist, but didn't really go through with it, or it was of a similar mold that had this. But there is a slight dent in the dorsal crystals that are, just kind of a little off-putting, but either way, though, for the most part, the crystals seem very well done and very much goes with the line of what Spacegodzilla is. And very nice markings along the belly. Very nice. Nice ridges. A very suspicious ridge right here. I should stop rubbing that part, but yeah. Very nicely done in the front, around the tail, and in between the crotch area. Very nicely detailed. Of course, there is a slight detail iffy here with the, how the tail, with an articulation point at the tail, which I will review later on in the video. Where the odd knees have been sculpted in, and but for the most part, it's very nicely done along the face. It's also pretty well sculpted, and the inside of the mouth is also pretty sculpted. But overall, this is actually pretty goodly sculpted. Not surprised from Bandai, because Bandai does a really good job with their sculpt work, so. But it will have to come at a cost, though, since, well, the dent and a slight tail issue. So I will say the sculpt is a 8 out of 10. And now we can move on to the paint job of this guy. And I hate to say this, but the one I got has really bad suffrage. My Spacegodzilla suffered. And the thing is, it's not even my fault. It's because it seems like there's paint chippings from other figures. And it was like this when I got him too, so I'm not to blame for this. He was like this when I got him, and he has a very bad paint tippage from age, as you can tell. Lots of paint chippage, though it is somewhat pretty accurate to the kaiju it's meant to be. Exception to that, because although it's not really screen accurate, because Spacegodzilla is meant to be darker blue, not black. And also, I'm not gonna lie, the paint job on his shoulder crystals, they kinda look like candy corn. It looks like candy corn, because even the white, orange, and red right here, like white, yellow, and orange right here, and it kind of reminds me of candy corn a bit. I wonder if I can eat it. Nope, it's not edible. But and yeah, you have, if you do try to find a Spacegodzilla, especially specifically of 2005, beware of paint chippage at the tips of it too. Space Godzilla seems to have a very bad time when it comes to paint chippage issues. So, yeah, but as you can tell, the claws are nicely painted. The claws are nicely painted, of course, with paint chippage, of course. And, with the crystals, it's a lot more organized than his older counterparts. Definitely a bit more on the organized end, which I do like. But, believe it or not, though, this is the exact same, type of figure that MIB, aka Monster Island Buddies, uses. So that's kind of the reason why I got it, is because MIB uses this one. Inside of Space Goji's mouth is pretty well painted, and although the teeth are a little wonky, they look super thin. But then again, can I really blame it? I mean, it's really fine detailing, and also, thing on the eyes. Look at the eyes. They look like he looks like he's seen some stuff. He looks like he just saw the void. Then again, he was born from a black hole, so he's just like, Father? Anyways, you will have no paint right here at the top, it seems. And yeah, the paint job will probably most likely be a 7 out of 10. It's just, actually, no, wait, it's an 8. It's just paint chippage is my biggest issue. And also some missed paintings right here, and, okay. It's a 8 out of 10, but it's dropped some points because not exactly the most screen accurate, but I really shouldn't really judge for screen accuracy. So maybe it's either a 9 or an 8. I haven't full on decided, but given how organized it is, it'll probably end up being a 9. I am very indecisive on this one. Can't you tell? And the thing is, this guy will actually show up in Kaiju Mesh, so before he even shows up at all, this Space Godzilla right here is definitely going to get a restoration job. He's definitely going to get worked on because of all the paint chippage on him. As you look closely, there's more paint chippage from other figures. He's like a paint chippage magnet. But, yeah. Definitely in desperate need of a paint restoration. If anyone knows where to find some good paint to use on these types of material, please tell me. Because the only thing I know so far is, from what a friend told me, is acrylics. But I'm willing to take anything of what you guys do to restore your figures. And now we move on to the next part. Basically the final part, articulation. This guy would technically have 5 points of articulation, of course. That being the head. Goes all the way around. The arms. Goes like that. The other arm does the exact same. And it looks like you're arresting Space Godzilla. Yeah, that's all you can do with the arms. Unfortunately, though, Space's legs do not move at all. No articulation. No articulation. So it kind of kills the purpose on why Space Godzilla has his den in the first place. But there is articulation at the tail. And I did not discover this till actually a bit earlier on this week, that he has a second point of articulation at the tail. All the way around, right in the middle. So yeah, this guy has 2 points on the tail. And I did not even know that until I got curious about this guy and decided to move him around. actually, I'm not really, not even that bad, really, so... Honestly, just for the fact that the tail has 2 points, and honestly, it did surprise me, so, how about 8 out of 10? Honestly, I kind of like the tail articulation. You make some wonky shapes. Wonky movements. And it seems like the paint job won't have... If you move either point, it will have a paint chippage suffered. So, yeah, there's a benefit to that. So yeah, it's probably 8. How about that? So in total, this guy right here would be... What did I get for the... Oh, right, 8. 25 out of 30 for this Space Goj for the 2005 Bandai Spacegodzilla. And I will say, this is actually a pretty good figure. Honestly, I did not he is full of surprises. But in desperate need of a restoration, though. If you do manage to find one, because sheesh, paint chippage. But overall, not bad. So if you liked the video, go ahead, drop a like, subscribe, or whatever. If you didn't, well, tough luck, I guess. So, yeah. This has been the review, and hopefully this guy can get restored before showing up in Kaiju Match. So, see ya. Bye.